Do you still masturbate past your 30s, your 40s, even past your 60s? If so, let me ask you something very personal right now. Have you ever wondered whether this habit is still healthy for you at this stage of life? Or maybe, deep down, you felt that it might be slowly harming you without even realizing it. Listen, if this thought has ever crossed your mind, let me say this right away. You're not alone. So many men, real men, mature, hard-working, experienced men, come into my office with this same internal conflict. They sit down, often embarrassed, and whisper as if confessing something shameful. Doctor, could this be lowering my testosterone? Is this affecting my performance with my wife? Am I addicted to this and I don't even know it? And what breaks my heart is seeing just how taboo this topic still is among men. Because underneath this question is a deeper fear, the fear of becoming weak, the fear of losing control over your body, the fear of no longer being the man you once were. And I deeply understand that fear. Masturbation is something that's been part of many men's lives since their early teens, sometimes even before. Over time, it becomes automatic, a release, a secret habit, a way of coping with stress, loneliness, or disconnection. Then age creeps in. Your body starts to change. Desire drops. Erections become harder to maintain. Tiredness sets in. And so does doubt. Is this somehow related to what I'm doing alone? In silence? Even worse, am I sabotaging myself without knowing it? Let me tell you this. After more than 30 years as a doctor and a specialist in men's health, I've seen it all. I've worked with men who completely lost interest in sex, and others who felt like teenagers in their 70s. I've seen relationships grow stronger with more intimacy, and others fall apart because of a hidden phone in the bathroom. So today, I want to speak to you honestly. No shame, no sugarcoating. I want to give you clarity, based on real science and real experience. I'll show you the real benefits of masturbation that no one talks about. And I'll show you the silent, dangerous risks, ones many men only discover when it's already too late. And no, I'm not here to tell you to stop. I'm not here to tell you to keep going either. I'm here to tell you the truth, to give you the facts, to help you see what's healthy and what might be slowly draining your strength, your confidence, and your energy. Because the truth is, masturbation is not the enemy, but it's not harmless either. It's a tool. And like any tool, what matters is how you use it. So stay with me, because I'm going to show you 10 powerful benefits and 10 real risks. Somewhere in between, you might discover how this habit truly affects your energy, your erections, even your state of mind. And maybe, just maybe, you'll stop carrying this doubt and guilt alone. In the next part, I'll introduce myself as a doctor and explain why this fear is so common, even among the strongest of men. Let me properly introduce myself. My name is Dr. Esperanza, and I've been a physician for over 30 years, specializing in men's health, fully dedicated to physical, hormonal, and emotional well-being in mature men. And I say this with confidence. I've seen every kind of case. I've sat across from men who walked into my office trembling, ashamed to bring this topic up, and left lighter, relieved, after realizing they weren't sick. The issue wasn't their desire. It was the doubt, the guilt, the silence. Because here's the truth. Masturbation after your 40s, 50s, or 60s is still one of the biggest taboos among men. It's one of those topics no one talks about, but everyone lives with. And worse, many live it in the dark, full of shame, not knowing whether it's helping or hurting. And when I look into my patient's eyes, I see more than medical questions. I see fear. Fear of losing potency, fear of aging poorly, fear of no longer being the man they used to be. But you know what I always tell them, calmly, respectfully, and backed by science? It's not your fault. Yes, you heard me. It's not your fault. Most men never had access to honest, clear information about this. They were taught to repress, to hide, to feel ashamed. And now, as grown men, they carry this weight alone. I treat men from all walks of life, truck drivers, lawyers, retirees, teachers, mechanics, businessmen, and all of them, without exception, have faced moments of deep insecurity. When masturbation is misunderstood, it becomes a mystery in a man's mind. And what we don't understand, we fear. There's a case I'll never forget. Mauro, 64, married for 38 years. He came into my office with his head down, as if he'd done something wrong. He told me, "Doctor, I didn't cheat on my wife, but I feel guilty anyway. I'm ashamed. I hide it, but I can't stop. And sometimes it feels like my body depends on it." We had a long conversation. I reviewed his tests, talked about his habits, his emotions, his sexuality, and by the end, he looked at me with watery eyes and said, "I never imagined I could talk about this so openly." That's when I realized healing begins when a man stops punishing himself and starts understanding, when he learns what's really behind that habit, how the brain reacts, how the body responds, and most importantly, when he discovers that he can regain control consciously. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm here because I've dedicated my life to studying men, and because I truly believe that maturity can be the most powerful stage in a man's life when there is clarity. That's why I created this content. That's why I'm here speaking to you. Because I know this topic hits home, and I know no one has ever had the courage to explain it to you like this. But now you will know. In the next part, I'll make a simple, powerful promise: the 10 real science-backed benefits of masturbation and how they can support your physical, mental, and sexual health. And after that, I'll tell you about the 10 real risks to watch out for if you want to stay strong, vibrant, and confident. But first, tell me this. Are you ready to finally hear what no one ever dared to tell you? Now that you know who I am, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to promise. Today, I'm going to show you 10 real scientifically proven benefits that masturbation can bring to your health, even after 50, 60, or beyond. And right after that, I'll reveal the 10 silent risks or negative impacts you need to clearly understand, so this habit doesn't quietly become your enemy. But don't worry, it's not complicated. You don't need to be a doctor or a hormone expert. I'll explain everything as if we were sitting over coffee, simply, directly, and with real-life examples from my medical practice, because my job here is not to scare you or tell you that you're right or wrong. My job is to give you something few men have when it comes to this topic: clarity. Do you know what hurts my patients the most? It's not masturbation itself. It's what it represents when it's done in the dark, unconsciously. When it becomes an automatic habit, used to soothe an emptiness they don't even fully understand. And what was once a release becomes a cycle. You feel anxious, so you masturbate. Then you feel guilty, you pull away from your partner. You feel alone, so you do it again. And when this cycle repeats for years, it leaves real marks on your body and mind. On the other hand, when a man understands what he's doing and why, he can actually turn this habit into an ally. Yes, conscious masturbation, done in moderation and with intention, can have incredible effects. It stimulates the brain with dopamine and oxytocin. It strengthens the pelvic floor muscles. It improves blood flow to the penis and pelvic area. It reduces stress, improves sleep and mood. It may even help prevent prostate issues. These findings come from serious research. One of them, from Harvard University, showed that men who ejaculated more often had a significantly lower risk of prostate cancer. That's not theory, that's science. But like any medicine, the dose and the context matter, because the same habit that can improve your health can also hide serious symptoms, like, for example, erectile dysfunction hidden behind solo performance, emotional disconnection, insomnia, irritability, guilt, and low self-esteem, reduced sensitivity, and real libido. And this is where the most important factor comes in: awareness. By the end of this video, I want you to look at yourself with more understanding, not with guilt. I want you to know how to use this habit wisely, and if necessary, how to adjust it without fear, shame, or taboo. Because the goal here isn't to turn you into a monk, it's to give you back control of your body. No man should live in conflict with his own desire. No man should feel the need to hide or be afraid of what he does in silence. That's why you need to stay until the end. Because in the next part, I'll walk you through each of the 10 powerful benefits I see in patients who approach masturbation with clarity and intention. And most impressively, I'll show you how it can reignite your sexual strength, mental focus, and confidence without supplements or expensive medications. So get ready, because now it's time to learn what no one ever had the courage to teach you. Let's get straight to it. I want to show you, with real cases from my clinic, 10 surprising benefits that masturbation can bring when it's done consciously and in balance. Each of these is not just theory, they're lived experiences. Here are their stories with fictional names based on real men who've overcome this inner conflict. 1. Penile health with Mr. Paulo, 58 years old. Paulo came in saying, "Doctor, my penis doesn't respond like before. It feels numb." He hadn't had any sexual activity for months. I explained that the penis, like any muscle, needs blood flow to stay healthy. With regular moderate practice, he came back weeks later saying, "It feels alive again. Conscious masturbation, active circulation, stronger erections." 2. A clean, healthy prostate with Mr. Roberto, 63. Roberto feared prostate cancer. He'd been sexually inactive for years. I showed him studies indicating that frequent ejaculation helps clear toxins from the prostate ducts. "So it's not wrong to keep the habit?" he asked, relieved. "With moderation, it's not wrong at all. It can even be protective." 3. Pelvic floor, strength with Mr. Mauro, 67. Mauro was experiencing urine leaks when coughing, a common issue with age. I explained that orgasm activates key pelvic muscles. "It's like doing intonal squats," I told him. After weeks of mindful practice, he said, "I stopped having accidents. It boosted my confidence. Orgasms do more than we realize." 4. Stress relief with Mr. Anderson, 52. Anderson was under intense work pressure. "I can't sleep," he said. I explained that orgasm releases dopamine and oxytocin and lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. With structured, mindful pleasure, his sleep and mood improved. "I feel calmer, less reactive," he said. Pleasure is also mental health. 5. Prostate cancer prevention with Mr. Luis, 60. Luis was shaken after a friend's cancer diagnosis. I showed him a Harvard study showing that more than 21 monthly ejaculations is linked to lower prostate cancer risk. "That's a lot," he laughed. I replied, "It's not about numbers, it's about regularity. It's consistency with intention that matters." 6. Physical self-awareness with Mr. Cesar, 59. Cesar noticed a small lump in his testicle during masturbation. He came in immediately. Because of this, we caught a problem early and successfully treated it. Knowing your body is self-care and can save your life. 7. Deep sleep with Mr. Wilson, 65. Wilson suffered from chronic insomnia. "Nothing works," he said. I explained that orgasm releases oxytocin and prolactin, which induce deep relaxation. "Now I sleep like a baby," he reported. Sometimes the best medicine is already within you. 8. Improved blood flow with Mr. Fabio, 55. Fabio had heavy legs and pelvic numbness. With guided stimulation, his circulation improved and symptoms faded. "My body feels alive again," he said. Masturbation activates blood vessels age forgets. 9. Ejaculatory control training with Mr. Renato, 50. Renato struggled with premature ejaculation. I taught him the start-stop technique. No pills, just practice. "I feel like a man again in bed," he said, emotional. Practicing with yourself prepares you for your partner. 10. Revived libido with Mr. Jorge, 66. Jorge said, "I don't feel any desire anymore." We helped him build a ritual of mindful self-touch, imagination, and focus. Within weeks, his desire reawakened. "My mind is dreaming again," he said. Libido is a flame, and it can be reignited. These men are not exceptions. They're living proof that when you understand your body, everything changes. And in the next part, we'll hit the climax. The miracle fruit that mimics the effect of medication on erections. You'll be shocked to find it might be in your own fridge. This is the moment many of my patients wait for the most. Do you know why? Because this is when I reveal the most underrated fruit in men's health, one that can naturally mimic the effects of popular erectile dysfunction medications. And no, it's not a pill, a supplement, or an expensive powder. It's a fruit, Yes, a simple, sweet, often overlooked fruit, watermelon. When I say this, most men laugh. Some doubt it. But once I explain, the reaction is always the same. Why has no one ever told me this before? Let me tell you about Mr. Almir, 61 years old. He came in frustrated. Doctor, I'm tired of depending on that little blue pill. I don't feel like myself anymore. Almir had lost faith in his body. His partner was growing distant. That's when I offered a different approach. Almir, have you ever tried using food as your ally? He laughed. Are you prescribing me a romantic salad, doctor? I smiled back. Not quite, but the main ingredient is watermelon. I explained that watermelon is rich in citrulline, an amino acid that the body converts into arginine, which then increases nitric oxide levels. And what does nitric oxide do? It relaxes blood vessels and improves blood flow, especially in the pelvic region. That's right, the same mechanism as ED medications, but naturally, gently, and without the dangerous side effects. I guided Almir to start his mornings with a special smoothie for 30 days. His secret combo, as he called it. Here it is. Morning Power Smoothie. 2 large slices of watermelon with rind, 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, a pinch of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of pure honey, optional. Blend everything with cold water and drink it first thing in the morning. And the result? 2 weeks later, Almir walked into my office smiling. Doctor, I haven't taken any pills this month. And my wife asked what I'm on. I told her, it's a smoothie. But the best part wasn't just the erection. It was the confidence he regained, the ease, the self-esteem, the feeling that he had his body back. And it all started with a fruit already in his fridge. Why does this work? Because the human body responds deeply to nature. Watermelon, with its water content, citrulline, and antioxidants, helps the body open back up to circulation, desire, and vitality. Now just imagine, if one fruit can do this, what happens when you combine that with conscious self-pleasure, better sleep, and a guilt-free mind? Here's what. You reclaim your center. And when a man is centered, nothing can stop him. This secret combo works because it 1. Stimulates blood vessels. 2. Reduces inflammation. 3. Boosts oxygen flow in the genital area. It's food. It's natural medicine. It's self-reconnection. And in case you think maybe it's just placebo, let me tell you, it's biochemistry. It's science. It's what I see in real practice. The only thing missing is your decision to try it. In the next part, I'll show you why you don't need expensive gyms or imported supplements. Just change your breakfast tomorrow morning, and everything starts to shift. You don't need an expensive gym. You don't need to waste money on imported supplements or miracle formulas from the internet. You just need to take one real, doable step tomorrow morning. Do you know what your biggest enemy is today? It's not your age. It's not your testosterone. It's not stress. It's the belief that only complicated things work. Many men believe that to improve their sex life, energy, or well-being, they need something out of reach, something expensive, secret, or impossible to keep up with. But I'm here to tell you, with the experience of someone who has helped thousands of men, real change begins with simple decisions, like changing your breakfast, like understanding that masturbation, when done consciously, can be an ally, like taking sleep seriously, listening to your breathing, paying attention to your body, like letting go of guilt. You don't have to fix everything today, you just need to start. One patient told me something I'll never forget. Doctor, I thought I was too old to change, but now I see I was just too tired of doing it alone. And that's what I want you to understand today. You're not alone. What you're feeling, the doubt, the tiredness, the insecurity, is not weakness. It's your body and mind asking for change. And that change doesn't come from outside. It starts within, from the moment you choose to take care of yourself, truly, without shame, without judgment. And self-care doesn't mean becoming an athlete or a monk. It means drinking the power smoothie tomorrow morning. It means using self-pleasure as a tool for self-awareness. It means noticing your signals, sleeping better, breathing deeper. It means looking in the mirror and respecting what you see. Because here's something no one ever told you. You still can. Your body still responds. Your desire is still there. Your strength still lives within you. It doesn't matter what happened until now. It doesn't matter if you're 40, 50, 60, 70 or older, it's not too late. You just need to take one small step. That's all. And once you take that step, the rest will follow. Your body will wake up, your mind will clear, your heart will thank you. And when that happens, you'll remember this conversation. You'll remember the watermelon, the smoothie, that first night you finally slept better, that first moment of guilt-free pleasure, that moment when you said, "Now I'm in control." You've got this, and I'll be here, guiding you, reminding you always. In the next part, we'll close with a message of hope, because more than health, what you're reclaiming now is your dignity. Do you know what moves me the most after over 30 years of working with men? It's not when they come back saying their erection has improved, not when they say their wife smiled differently, not even when they stop relying on the little blue pill. It's when they come back with a spark in their eyes and say, "Dr. Esperanza, I found myself again." And that's what I want to talk to you about now. Not about hormones or food or techniques, but about purpose, dignity, and the man who still lives inside you. I know, the world often overlooks men like you. After 50, it feels like society expects silence, that you endure, that you don't complain, that you don't cry, that you stay strong, even while feeling broken inside. But I'm here to remind you of something you may have forgotten. You still matter. You still have value. You still have desire. You can still inspire, love, build, protect, conquer. Time has passed. Yes. The body has changed. Yes. But your essence, that masculine energy made of strength, presence, dignity, and sensitivity, it's still alive inside you. Maybe all you needed was to look at yourself with more kindness, more compassion, less judgment. Maybe what you needed wasn't a pill, but a real conversation, a touch of truth, a safe space. And if this video did that, if it opened that door, then it was worth it. Because if there's one thing I've learned from my patients, it's this. A mature man doesn't lose strength. He gains depth. He doesn't lose power. He gains awareness. He doesn't lose desire. He learns to choose more wisely. And that's when he becomes truly unstoppable. Masculinity isn't in how much you can lift at the gym. It's in how you lift yourself after a fall. It's in not giving up on your health. It's in looking at yourself and saying, "I still can. I still am." So if today you feel a little lighter, more inspired, even curious again, know this is just the beginning. Maybe the greatest erection from now on is the one of your dignity, standing tall again, loving again, feeling pleasure without shame, sleeping well, breathing better, touching yourself with respect, and above all, living with presence. Because that's what the world needs now. Men who are present, with soul in their eyes, with open hearts, and the courage to be who they truly are. You're not broken, you're rebuilding, and this journey has no deadline to begin. All it takes is truth, awareness, one step at a time. I'm here to remind you, you are more than a body. You are stories, you are experience, you are desire, you are wisdom, and all of that together can't be bought at any pharmacy. It forms a complete man. In the final part, we'll close our conversation the right way, with a heartfelt thank you and a soft invitation to keep walking this journey with me. If you've made it this far, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for trusting me, even if just with your attention. And above all, thank you for trusting yourself. We talked about taboo, about desire, about pleasure, about men's health, without shame, without guilt. And maybe, for the first time in a long while, you felt like someone was speaking to you, as a man and as a human being. That's exactly why I'm here. And if you felt that this content helped you in any way, I'll ask you for one simple thing. Give this video a like. It shows me I'm on the right path and helps this message reach other men who, just like you, need to hear this. And if you'd like to keep walking this journey with me, with videos on energy, libido, prostate health, confidence, sleep, food, subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell. That way you won't miss a thing, and you'll keep receiving this care right where you are. But if today you don't feel like clicking anything, that's okay too. Just the fact that you stayed until the end already tells me a lot about who you are. You are a man who didn't give up, a man who still seeks, a man brave enough to hear truths and change his own story. And it's for men like you that I continue making these videos, because you deserve to be heard. You deserve care. You deserve pleasure. And more than anything, you deserve respect. So for now, I'll leave you with this one last message. You still can. It's not too late. And you're not alone. With care, Dr. Esperanza